champ's here. The champ's here. That's right. The people's champ is here. That's right. The people's champ is here. We got another one. And episode House of Dragon, season 2, episode 6, Smallfolk. Smallfolk, very important. Very and that's a proper title for this. But first, before we get into it, make sure you like this video for it. Make sure you subscribe, and make sure you share it with a friend. Share it with a friend, okay? But right off the jump, hey, that's the perfect title for this, Smallfolk, because most definitely House Green, they really took for granted the little people, the everyday people. And there's this episode first, though. We start off with well, you know, you had that scene where the Lannister twin, he comes to those people's house and he demands Aemond to escort them to Harren Hall. But after that, we go right into the council meeting. And Aemond is really feeling himself, isn't he? I mean, Aemond basically, like, it ain't even a meeting. It ain't even a council. Like, the council serves no purpose at King's Landing for Aemond. Like, basically, he just goes up there. He tells everybody what to do. He bosses everybody around. And oh, by the way, Mom, you're fired. You know, he says, hey, Mom, you're fired, Mom. You know, he fires his own mom, tells her to go, I'm going to leave you to do, to chase after your domestic chores or whatever the hell he said. And that just goes to show you why, you know, America is this country is has its problems. So one thing about the government, you gotta respect the purpose of the government with the judicial branch, the branches of government, judicial branch, the House of Representatives, the Senate, the President. You know, you got all these different branches and they govern each other. And this is, with Aemond, is a perfect example of a dictatorship and why one man cannot have all that power. Perfect example of that. And but back at Dragonstone with Rhaenyra. Back at Dragonstone, poor Sir Stephen. Poor Sir Stephen. Sir Stephen, I mean, Rhaenyra tells him she wants him. Now get this, she wants him to go try to get on top of a dragon. Can you believe that? She wants him to try to get on top of, basically commit suicide. That's what it is. And Sir Stephen, he doesn't hesitate. Yes, me lady. Yes, me lady. I kneel to thee. I am honored to get birthed up by the dragon, because we all know what's going to happen to him. Meanwhile, down there at haunted Harren Hall, you got Damien, and there he go with his dreams again. This time he has a revisionist dream of when in season 1, was it episode 1, when Damien made fun of his own nephew, talking about he was king for a day. Heir for a day. Heir for a day or something like that. And they go back to that scene where him and his brother Viserys were arguing back with each other, but it's told from Damien's point of view. So if you see the original scene in season 1 when Viserys was saying, "Did you say it? Did you say it, Damien? Did you say king heir for a day?" and all, they were going back and forth, and he ended up banishing Damien from King's Landing. Viserys was yelling at him. Viserys was angry. But in this new version of it, the haunted version, Damien's version, is more heartfelt, and Viserys is talking to him more heartfelt. And I think it's more like Damien is really recognizing how he was wrong back then. How he was wrong for But making fun of his brother's son being killed. I mean, dying like that. And I think it's kind of I said it before. All these visions and stuff Damon's having is basically Ebenezer Scrooge, Ghosts of Christmas Past, and all that. That's what he having over there at Harry Hall. And sure enough, soon as he comes out of the dream, Damon pulls a knife on old man Strong. Poor old man Strong. He just opened the door for Damon to let him know that hey, we about to have breakfast or whatever. And Damon, with his crazy ass, he pulls a knife out. Yeah, Strong. Who put you up to this, Strong? Are you with Rhaenyra? Are you working for Rhaenyra? Are you working for Aegon, King's Landing? Damon is out of it. He's out of it. We know it's that river lady. That river lady got something to do with it. But Allison Rivers, that's her name. She got something to do with him losing his mind like that. But speaking of Allison Rivers, Damon finally realized that something's wrong with him, that he's losing it. So he gets the hell out. He's about to get the hell out of Harry Hall, which he should. And who stops him right before he gets to his dragon to get on there? Allison Rivers. The spooky Allison Rivers. Some people are comparing her to that lady. What's that lady name from the original the Game of Thrones show? The lady with red, the witch lady she was like hundreds of years old. I forgot her name. When she take the collar off, she look real old, and you see her old body. And when she put the collar on, she look young. But they're equating Allison Rivers to be that lady. Is it the lady in red or something? Whatever that lady name. She was the Baratheon. She was like the aide to the Baratheon guy in Game of Thrones. But anyway, you Game of Thrones people, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, she talks Damon out of leaving. And the old man Tully, he's the guy he's the Lord of the Rivermen. He's the only one that can get the Rivermen to do, to stop fighting each other and do something productive. All of a sudden, when Allison Rivers went over there to tend to the Riverman, he dies. So she was kind of assuring Damon that the Rivermen will come together and all that. And how is she able to assure that? That's because maybe she was the one who killed old man Tully. We gonna find out. We got 2 more episodes. We gonna find out. And back at Dragonstone, like I said, Sir Stephen, he's fried, died, and laid to the side. And the sad thing about that is not Sir Stephen. That fool, he showed his valor and he went up there and died with dignity, however they want to say it. But it's the poor dragon keepers. Did you see that dragon keeper that got burnt up with Sir Stephen and he slit his throat while he was on fire? That's why they keep some dragon glass on them. All those dragon keepers, they keep some dragon glass blade on them to I guess it's because to get burnt up by a dragon, the dragons are looked upon as gods. So to get burnt up by a dragon, that's like an honor to them. So yeah, the poor dragon keeper, he didn't ask to ride the dragon. He was just standing there next to him, trying to help him get on top of the dragon. And he got burnt up with Sir Stephen too, man. And this is the consequences of democratizing riding a dragon. Okay? When you just kept it with the Targaryens riding them, you had some control over it. Now every Tom, Dick, and Harry trying to come out and ride the damn dragon, people getting burnt up left and right. I digress. And then we got the interesting thing though, right after Sir Stephen got burnt up, the scene cut to Lord Corliss's bastard son. Huh? They telling you who finna ride the dragon. That's why the scene cut to him. Not Alan, the other son with the dreads. That's interesting. They did that for a reason. I caught that. I don't know if other people caught that. I know most people probably didn't catch that, but I caught that. But one thing, Rhaenyra, I might give her the moment of the day. Out of everything that happened in the show, Rhaenyra really pleased me today. When that stupid council guy wouldn't stop talking, wouldn't stop running his mouth, and Rhaenyra slapped the shit out of his ass. And I loved it. That was a well done slap. And she told him, I forgot to make sure that you guys fear me, or something like that. She said something in that regard. Good for you, Rhaenyra. Thank you for slapping the hell out of that dude. Because them councilmen, they don't respect you. Them men on your council, they don't respect you, man. They be talking over you and talking all crazy. I'm glad she slapped the hell out of them. The only thing I wish, she would have slapped the hell out of him in the council meeting in front of everybody. That would have been real good. And good old, and let me not forget, guys. Don't let me forget about my good old friend, my good old pal, the good old Aemond Targaryen. Ain't he a good brother? Then you see how when he found out that Aegon woke up, he ran to his brother's bedside to check on him. Huh? Or was he just trying to threaten? Really, he was just trying to threaten his brother so that his brother wouldn't tell nobody that Aemond is the one that did that to him. But Aemond, what a pal! He gets the ball from the council meeting and he mashes the ball into his brother's wounds. Ain't he such a nice brother? That doggone Aemond, he's a sick son of a gun, ain't he? Aemond is a good example, bro. When you mess up something, when your childhood gets messed up, man, it can really screw you up. Because Aemond's a perfect example there. Look how dark he is. Look how effed up he is. All because he got bullied. That's what it is with Aemond, man. Aemond's like that just because he got bullied, bro. That's crazy, man. Stop bullying these kids. Hey, stick up for these kids. Don't be letting these kids get bullied in school, man. And then Allison, she asked her brother about her son. We haven't seen this son yet. But she has a son back at wherever the high towers, wherever they land, wherever their house is or their land is. She has a son that grew up, and his son, I think that son has a dragon too. But I think her brother said her son is 16 now. Okay, so she asked about her son before her brother rolled off the Harrenhal. You know, she was talking to her brother. And she gave Sir Christian Cole that look, didn't she? Like she gave Sir Christian, as she watched Sir Christian Cole ride off to Harrenhal. Who knows if that's her last time seeing him, but she had that look on her face like she wanted to ride Sir Christian Cole one more time, if you know what I mean. That scene with Allison and her daughter. This scene right here, where Allison and her daughter, where they are running for their lives. That scene right there, it reminds me of Game of Thrones, that Cersei scene, where they made Cersei walk down the street naked and they kept saying, shame, shame. Shame. They were throwing stuff at her, spitting on her and all that. She had to walk naked. It reminded me of this is the power and the fury of the people. And this is what Mysaria, I think that's her name, the Whisperer lady, the master of whispers for Rhaenyra with the scar on her neck. This is what she was talking about. There's a different way to fight a war. And this is the way that they fought. This was very smart of them to fight the war like this with the people. But this scene here really, it reminded me of that Cersei scene from Game of Thrones when she was walking through the streets naked, because that was the day where the everyday people got to bring these high wealthy aristocrats, got to bring them down to earth with the common people. It kind of humbled them a little bit. And this is another one. It's showing the people really have the power. The people allow these big entities to control them. But really the people have the power. The people just don't know it. You know? And that was just another thing was, that was a fantastic move by Masera and Rhaenyra to send that food to King's Landing, even though they the one that put the blockade on and stopped them from getting food. But it was a great technique on how they sent the food on boats with the with Dragonstone flag on there, right? That was just real smart. So the people saw that Rhaenyra still cared about them, and the people turned on the Greens. It was House Green. It was really good. That was a smart strategy, you know. And that doggone Larry, Clubfoot Larry Strong. Larry Strong. It's hard to say with him. That scene he had with Aegon, like, Larry is always trying to angle and do something, but he told the nurse, "Hey, don't give him that milk of the poppy. Let me talk to him before, because while he got his senses." And Larry's told this heartfelt story about his childhood, how he was born with his foot deformed, and his dad thought that somebody might have set a curse on him or put a curse on him, but keep in mind, his dad probably might have been right, because remember, Larry Strong, they lived in Harren Hall. Harren Hall is haunted. So there very well might have been a curse on him. And I think Allison Rivers probably was the one who delivered him, so who knows. But he just talked about his childhood, how his dad how his dad thought that somebody cursed the family and all this and that. And he basically just talked about how he ended up taking his deformity and his weakness and turned it into a strength. And how he gained power and he was able to use his mind and outthink everybody. And that to me should give hope to Aegon. That should give hope to Aegon that no, he will never walk again. No, you will never be the same. No, you won't be able to see out of one eye. No, you will be deformed. But that isn't the end. There's still purpose for you, Aegon. You still can go out, you still can have purpose in this world of this medieval world of Game of Thrones, I guess you could say. But we'll see going forward. We'll see. And honestly, for 1 second, I didn't think Larys was just trying to angle his way into trying to advance himself. I really felt like he was having a heartfelt, honest moment with Aegon. That's just me, though. Tell me in the comments if you agree. I mean, that's just what I feel. But, yeah, so Daemon, he continues to be at Harren Hall. Looks like he's the little Tully boy is working with him and getting the Rivermen together. And it looks like everything's coming together at Harren Hall. And one important thing that we learned is we learned how Masera got that scar on her neck. We learned how she got the scar on her neck. We also learned that why she can't have children. Okay? That goes back to her and Daemon relationship. And one important thing that we also learned is she was, she got the scar on her neck because her father molested her. Okay? But another important thing that we learned is that turns Rhaenyra on. Okay? Because as soon as she told Rhaenyra, I have a scar on my neck. My father molested me. Rhaenyra just grabbed her. Oh, really? Really? Oh, come here, you. She just went in on her. Them Targaryens are sick. They sick about that. That kind of stuff turns them on. Incest, molestation. Hey, that kind of stuff turns them on, man. So we got that scene where they were kissing, and that's going to be weird because, she used to be with Daemon. So that's like a love triangle. Her, Rhaenyra, Masera, Daemon. That's going to be crazy. And we leave with Sea Smoke has a rider, right? She's interrupted from her lesbian scene, Rhaenyra is from her lesbian moment because Sea Smoke has a rider. And she runs off to see who Sea Smoke rider is. We all know who it is. It's one of Larys's bastards. Right? Larys's bastard is the rider. Right? So, we only got 2 episodes left. I look forward to seeing them. Don't forget to watch the intro. The intro, they add like a different scene like to the intro of the stuff that's happening. They keep adding different scenes every week. Something they add something to the intro of stuff that has happened throughout the show. So I can't wait to see these last 2 episodes. It's gonna be good. Make sure you like this, subscribe, share it with a friend. And until next time.